This is News 8 Now, This Morning.
It is important that you care properly for those dogs, and if you don't, you're going to have further criminal issues in relation to this.
And until we stop it at the manufacturing level, we're just playing whack-a-mole, right? Here's a business that uses it in manufacturing, and we don't find out about it until your water system is tested.
I'm thrilled to win this a poster competition, because I really believe that the arts cross all boundaries.
Good morning, everyone. That was your morning eye opener. I'm Dua Shar.
I'm Derek Sibley.
It is August 18th, 2023. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you.
We've made it to the end of the
Yes.
week, but we've also made it to the middle of August.
We did, yeah. Can you
Time
believe
is
it?
flying.
It's insane. You know, September is right around the corner already.
What's your favorite September-related song? I feel like there's a lot of them.
Oh gosh, why are you putting me on the spot again? Isn't there one by Green Day? Wake Me Up
Yes, there
when
is.
September ends.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. Great work, Derek.
Yeah, I was like, come on, I know there's one of them that I remember listening to a lot when I was a kid. There we
Well,
go.
speaking of September, we had September-like weather this morning driving into work. It was very foggy, kind of cool. Can we expect that for the rest of the week?
Well, we're going to be expecting some pretty hot temperatures, though, as we head into this weekend. So enjoy the cool temperatures while they last here this morning, and seasonable conditions this afternoon, because that's going to quickly change here in the next several days, as a matter of fact. But as of right now, things are quiet. Yeah, a little bit foggy outside here, as Dua mentioned. We may see that fog here clear out by late morning. We are looking at temperature readings right now into the 40s and 50s. Now, the 40s are mainly towards the east of us, but we're seeing the 50s for the majority of the area, with 55 currently in La Crosse. Also want to mention that we have these air quality alerts in effect for Wisconsin until 6 a.m. on Monday. For Minnesota, this is in effect for you until 11 p.m. on Friday. Again, very foggy start here for some of us out there this morning. There are some isolated locations of some fog that I'm also watching here, so make sure to use your low beam headlights this morning. But after that, we're looking at mainly sunny conditions throughout the rest of the day, with temperatures into the upper 70s and low 80s heading into the afternoon hours. Everything is high for the allergens outside, so make sure that you're aware of that today, and then also into tomorrow. The ragweed pollen counts will peak later this month here too, so just bear that in mind for all you allergen sufferers out there, including myself. Been sneezing a lot lately. We'll talk about your full weather forecast coming up in a few minutes, and we'll talk more about this heat wave coming up too. Dua?
Thanks, Derek. Well, let's get to some news this morning. A man accused of possessing child pornography still has no lawyer. 42-year-old Donovan Cadigan is charged with multiple felony counts of possessing child pornography as a persistent repeater. According to the criminal complaint, police found more than 3,500 photos of suspected child pornography. Police also recovered a cell phone that belonged to Cadigan. Allegedly, it contained an explicit video of a preteen girl and photos of nude children. Cadigan is waiting on the state public defense office to assign him a lawyer. His next hearing is scheduled for September. 2 Monroe County residents are in court charged with mistreating animals. 25-year-old R.N.J. Olson and 27-year-old Brennan Michelson face multiple misdemeanor counts related to animal neglect. Both appeared in Monroe County Court for their initial hearing. Michelson appeared without a lawyer. He is currently out on a $2,000 signature bond. Olson appeared in court with a lawyer and entered a not guilty plea for all counts. She is also out on a $2,500 signature bond. Neither of them are allowed to have custody or possession of any animals while out on bond. There is one exception: a service dog and emotional support dog that Aaron Olson owns. Judge Todd Ziegler gave Olson a warning.
It is important that you care properly for those dogs, and if you don't, you're going to have further criminal issues in relation to this.
Judge Ziegler also denied a request by Michelson and Olson for the return of 2 cats. Michelson's next hearing is in September via Zoom. Olson's next hearing is scheduled for later in August. They're tasteless and invisible, but they're forever. The man-made chemicals known as PFAS plague the town of Campbell and other water sources across Wisconsin. A Republican-authored Senate bill attempts to put grants towards PFAS testing, but environmental experts say the bill will also make it harder for the DNR to enforce clean standards. The bill states the DNR would have more limits on which properties it can test for PFAS. The DNR also can't prevent or delay projects based on PFAS contamination unless there are substantial risks. Town of Campbell Board Supervisor Lee Donahue says that will block efforts to clean up contaminated areas quickly. As a representative for a town living off bottled water, she says the bill needs more work.
And until we stop it at the manufacturing level, we're just playing whack-a-mole, right? Here's a business that uses it in manufacturing, and we don't find out about it until your water system is tested.
She says Wisconsin should follow Minnesota's example and ban products made with PFAS. She says any bill should ensure the government pays for problems that towns did not cause. Foxconn is selling its office in Eau Claire. Foxconn says the reason it's selling is to focus on its business activities in its science and technology park in Mount Pleasant. The company is also selling its Green Bay property. Both the Green Bay and Eau Claire properties were meant to be innovation centers. Foxconn said the centers would employ 100 to 200 people, but it never ended up opening those centers. Students in Western's accounting program can now seamlessly transfer to Viterbo. Officials from both colleges have signed a formal transfer agreement. It allows Western students to transfer a maximum of 90 credits into Viterbo's Bachelor of Business Administration accounting degree. Students will then have to complete at least 30 credits of upper-level coursework at Viterbo before graduating. The agreement will take effect this fall. An area health system has received a national honor. Gunderson Health System was awarded the 2023 American College of Cardiology's Platinum Performance Achievement Award. That means it's one of the best U.S. hospitals for heart attack treatment. A cardiologist at Gunderson says collaboration and teamwork are crucial to their success.
And it should be something that everyone should be proud, because either direct way to take care of the patient or indirect way, with part of that. Without every one of us, we would not achieve this award.
Gunderson is one of just under 300 hospitals across the country to receive the honor. The La Crosse Symphony Orchestra further celebrated its 125th anniversary with a free concert at Moon Tunes. Their performance featured the Executives, a Beatles medley, and a combined performance with a Knights in White Satin finale.
I'm just so happy to be part of it all, and it's just such a great privilege, and it's always really so much fun to be back in La Crosse making music.
Platt said it's a great experience for the community to see the musical growth the orchestra has made over the last few years. The 47th La Crosse Area Builders Association's Parade of Homes is underway. 12 different projects are on display this year. That includes new homes, remodels, and unique builds. The Parade of Homes allows builders to show off their local work. On the tour, you can expect to get inspiration for your next home project. Builders will also be in person and available to talk to. The Builders Association's executive officer says the parade allows people to learn more about the work local builders are doing.
Hopefully they find confidence in the builder that they're going to use or the subcontractor that they're going to use on their next project.
You can vote for your favorite property at the end of the tour. Tickets to attend are $10. They're available for purchase at any of the homes in the parade. The Parade of Homes runs until Sunday. Well, don't let the name of this festival fool you. You don't need to be named Larry to enjoy Larry Fest. The 26th annual Bluegrass Music Festival kicked off in Lafarge. Local and national musicians take to the outdoor stages during the 3-day event. Attendees can bring their RVs or tents and camp out in the event area. Larry Fest operations manager says it's the people that makes the music festival special.
This is one of the happiest places on earth when Larry Fest is going on right now. We all come together. It's a great community.
If you don't have tickets yet, don't worry. There are still Saturday tickets up for grabs for $75. We'll have information on how to buy those tickets on our website, news8000.com. A lacrosse man spent most of his early 20s exploring the world. David Reed is on the most important climb of his life as he heads to Mount Kilimanjaro.
Yesterday I did 6 miles. Sunday I did maybe 4.
If life is full of adventure, David Reed's favorite journey is the one spent with his wife.
7 kids, 16 grandkids. I mean, we had a very large family and lots of love.
No matter where the road leads, their love follows.
Barbie and I traveled extensively and we had a bucket list.
The most difficult road, neither saw coming.
Literally, they did a CAT scan in the afternoon and 2 hours later, she was told she was going to die.
Glioblastoma, brain cancer, took Barbie's life.
I never thought about it until it happened to me and my Barbie.
During her final months, David and Barbie were recipients of Paula's Purse, a Gunderson foundation that helps families with day-to-day expenses.
We just have these little things that cancer patients can take advantage of in order to focus on themselves and their health.
Now, David's on an adventure of his own. He's raising money for Paula's Purse and finishing their bucket list.
That's what she would have wanted. That's the kind of woman that she was.
At the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, there's a piece of Barbie that lives on.
She's going to be with me. I'm not going to be without Barbie.
A place preserving the story of 2 people who share a love with no end in sight. David and Barbie didn't write it. They lived it. Reporting in La Crosse, the Westrar, News 8 Now.
If you would like to donate to Paula's Purse and support David's journey, we'll have a link on our website, news8000.com. The Minneapolis City Council has voted to create a minimum wage for Uber and Lyft drivers, what it means for passengers and why rideshare companies are fighting the bill. That's coming up on your morning news. And instead of catching COVID, Americans are catching the travel bug. News 8 has 5 tips to help you make the most of your summer vacation. That and more is coming up this morning. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. If you've been craving some delicious Mexican cuisine, today might be the perfect day to have it. That's because August 18th is National Fajita Day. Although the dish is widely associated with Mexican culture, you might be surprised to learn it actually originated in the U.S. Mexican cowboys created the meal while working in Texas during the 1930s. National Fajita Day was established in 2016 to honor the tasty classic and celebrate its unique blend of both Mexican and American influences. Don't go anywhere. Your consumer news at News 8 Now this morning is after the break.
We got mostly clear skies here for us to work with this morning, but there is some fog here developing right at the surface, so make sure to use your low beam headlights as you head out the door this morning for your morning commute. But other than that, conditions are quiet with temperatures into the 50s, 55 in La Crosse, 52 degrees the temperature now in Winona, 52 as well in Eau Claire, but we're seeing the 40s for Black River Falls, Sparta, and also into Volk Field this morning. Keep in mind, air quality alerts are still in effect for Wisconsin until 6 a.m. on Monday. For Minnesota, we're going to be looking at this until 11 p.m. on Friday, so just bear that in mind for those of you that fall under that sensitive group category. Let's talk about your zone forecast today for our highs. Low to mid 80s today in La Crosse County. Definitely going to be a much more seasonable day today in terms of our high temperatures. Upper 70s, low 80s here today can be said. 77 very comfortable today in Viroqua. We're looking at highs at 80 today in Melrose and a high of 79 in Osseo, 80 today in Black River Falls. And across the Chippewa Valley, upper 70s to low 80s today with a high of 80 degrees here this afternoon for you in Eau Claire. Dog walking conditions look marvelous this morning with sunshine. A little cool out there though. Lots of sun for the afternoon, mostly sunny skies here as we head into early this evening. Stay tuned. I'll have another check on your full weather forecast. We'll talk about this upcoming heat wave that we're expecting here over the next several days.
In your consumer news this morning, a guaranteed living wage for rideshare drivers. That's what Minneapolis made official after a landmark city council vote to establish a minimum wage for Uber and Lyft drivers. The vote passed 7-5. Lyft is campaigning against the ordinance, claiming it will be forced to end services in the city if the bill becomes law. Executives for the company have urged Mayor Jacob Frey to veto the bill. If he doesn't, it will take effect on January 1st of next year. Mortgage rates have hit their highest level in 21 years, according to the latest numbers from Freddie Mac. The average interest rate on a 30-year mortgage is at 7.09%. That's compared to 5.13% this time last year. The increase is making it harder to finance buying a home. It's also making current homeowners more reluctant to put their properties on the market. Home sales have fallen about 20% in the last year. Travel experts say that now is the best time to plan out and book your winter holiday travel. Jen Sullivan has 5 helpful tips on how you can save money on airline tickets.
Summer is still in full swing, and the last thing on many people's minds are the winter holidays. But if you're planning to fly to your destination this 2023, travel experts say now is the best time to book flights.
And the reason why is, think about it like you're buying a winter coat. When do those tend to go on sale? In the summertime. It's the same thing with those winter flights.
Travel expert Scott Keyes has 5 tips to lock in the cheapest prices on your airline tickets. 1. Check if it's cheaper to book 2 one-way flights instead of just 1 round-trip flight, even if it means booking with 2 separate airlines.
Searching for one-way flights and comparing the price against the round-trip flight is going to be in your best interest. You can sometimes save $100 or $200 just by doing that.
2. Use your points or miles. Kai says you can often get a good deal during the peak holiday travel season. Kai says one way to know if you're getting a good deal with points is to get at least 2 cents per point. 3. Check fares for nearby airports. Sometimes you'll find cheaper fares than at your destination airport. 4. If you're looking to travel internationally, consider traveling over Thanksgiving. Kai says that's the hidden best week of the entire year for overseas travel because most Americans are traveling domestically to see family. And finally, consider traveling on the actual holiday themselves.
Often see fares that are 30 or 40% cheaper than a few days before or a few days after.
Well, that's it for your morning consumer news. Let's check in with Derek and get today's forecast.
Well, thanks for that, Dua. Sure is a very foggy start here this morning. As you can see right there behind me from City Cam 8 in downtown La Crosse. Make sure to use your low beam headlights if you're in La Crosse here for us this morning. You'll definitely need that for your morning commute. Temperatures are currently at 55 degrees at the La Crosse Airport. Same can be said here downtown at the station. We're looking at south-southeast winds currently at 6 miles an hour. Calm wind speeds currently in Eau Claire. Looks like we're still having problems with our tower cam there from Eau Claire, but nonetheless 52 degrees. Visibility dropping a bit to 6 miles, so a little bit of fog here developing at the surface as well, so use your low beam headlights in Eau Claire too. We're looking at clear skies right now across the area, and skies remain clear really across the region thanks to a surface area of high pressure that continues to establish itself across this area, and that is why we're looking at those clear skies here for us this morning. Temperatures are in the 50s. We're seeing the 40s for Black River Falls, Sparta, and also into Volkfield, so the typical cool spots here during the morning hours. We're going to be looking at temperatures rising to 75 with sunshine by noon today, partly cloudy 4 o'clock this afternoon with a temperature of 82, sunny skies by 8 o'clock. 74 degrees there, and our forecast highs today definitely looking seasonable, low to mid 80s come this afternoon. Keep in mind too that we still have air quality alerts in effect for Wisconsin and also for our Minnesota counties here as well. So you know the drill when it comes to these things. We've been talking about it all summer long here on News 8. So if you happen to fall into that sensitive category, make sure to limit yourself outside, spend more time inside, and take more breaks if you're going to be out and about here during the daytime hours especially. So let's talk about Sky Tracker. Just a few clouds that could move in from the northwest as we head throughout the day. Otherwise, again, just a mostly sunny day as surface high pressure continues to dominate the weather pattern. And for tonight, we are looking at clear skies across the area. We'll continue the southerly wind flow as we head into tomorrow, and that should help keep us a little bit on the seasonable warm side. A few clouds here tomorrow afternoon. I'm watching this front that's going to move in as we head into tomorrow night. That system really not expected to cool down our temperatures. It's going to be hot this weekend, so don't expect this front to really do a whole lot of anything because it's a bit of a weak front that's going to be moving through. I'm watching a weak disturbance back to the west that could cause some clouds to develop a little bit as we head into the day on Sunday. All right, so the main story, of course, is the heat dome that's going to be building across the south and central United States as we head into this weekend. It's important for us because the heat associated with this high is going to start to move its way towards the north as the high moves north, and therefore our temperatures are going to be felt by this system not only this weekend but also as we head into next week. Look at those highs there on the map, into the low 90s this weekend, and then could be as hot as the mid to upper 90s by days like Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. All right, stay with us. We're back with much more news and weather still to come on News 8 Now this morning. For now, we're sending you a break with a look what happened on this day in history for August 18th. We'll be right back.
To the Morning Blitz. The road to Madison started last night, while many Wisconsin high school teams start their season later today. A few hit the field yesterday, and that included a big one at Veterans Memorial Field as La Crosse Central hosted Eau Claire North one last time. The longtime rivalry will come to an end after 115 years, which means the winner of this game gets major bragging rights. The Huskies were hot out of the gates. Cam Olsen up the middle, taking it in for 6. But a flag was called. Illegal formation on Eau Claire. Very next play, it's Olsen again, but this time the ball pops out. The Riverhawks recover, and it's a huge turnover for the defense. Second quarter, Central threatening read option, and it's Jude Alvarado up the middle, taking it in for 6. Riverhawks jump out in front. Later in the quarter, and it's the Central defense again. Caden Apun in on the strip sack. Riverhawks recover again. Then a few plays later, Alvarado dropping back, and he finds his man, Aaron Paloma, in the end zone for 6. Riverhawks going to half with a 13-0 lead. They would get the win 21-0. Over in Viroqua, the Blackhawks hosting the Dodgeville Dodgers to open up the year. First drive of the game, Viroqua defense forcing a punt, and check out Caden Sullivan on the punt return. He has some space. The 15-10-5 touchdown Blackhawks. What a way to start the game. He's got his teammates fired up. Later in the quarter, 3rd and goal, and check out this grab by Owen Zom. Back of the end zone, toe tapping. That's a touchdown in the NFL. Benson McDowell on the touchdown pass. And speaking of McDowell, he had a big game tonight, taking matters into his own hands. Nobody open, but he can run. He's going to power his way into the end zone. How about the Viroqua Blackhawks? Big win last night, 48-6. And it wouldn't be the first Thursday night of the season without Bangor facing off with Melrose Mindoro. First quarter, Cardinals starting strong from 2 yards out. Chase Horseman driving into the end zone. Home team takes a 7-0 lead. More from the red and black, this time from 20 yards out. It's Horseman again getting the corner. Nobody catching the senior. Cardinals taking a 14-0 lead. Later in the first quarter, Bangor looking for more, but it's Melman's Isaiah Erickson and Braden Lockington getting a big 3rd down stop. Cardinals still connect for the field goal as they go up by 17. To the second quarter, Bangor switching it up. Noah Michek connects with Landon Phillips for the 20-yard passing touchdown. Cardinals up 24-0. Bangor adds one more score in the second half as they went on to win 31-0. Lots more action later tonight as News 8 Now brings our first Friday night frenzy of the season. A big one in the MVC Onalaska travels to West Salem. The two teams faced off in round 4 of the postseason last year, with the Panthers advancing to the state finals. We'll have La Crosse Logan and Eau Claire Memorial. In Division 5, defending state champs Aquinas open their season at Prairie du Chien, and Luther hosts Blair Taylor. Be sure to tune in for all the highlights. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you later tonight.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
A top Maui emergency official has resigned as questions swirl over steps taken in the lead up to last week's deadly wildfires. At least 111 people are now confirmed dead, with more than 1,000 still missing. CBS News' Dania Bacchus reports from Maui, where residents are trying to begin the healing process.
Maui's Emergency Services Chief, Herman Andaya, has resigned, citing health reasons, a day after rejecting criticism for not activating sirens as the wildfires swept into Lahaina.
Do you regret not sounding the sirens?
I do not.
New aerial footage shows the widespread destruction caused by the deadliest U.S. wildfire in over a century. On the ground, rescue teams with cadaver dogs are still searching for hundreds of victims, many believed to be children.
The remains that we're finding are almost unrecognizable.
As recovery efforts continue, Hawaii's Attorney General announced there will be an independent review to assess how state and county agencies prepared and responded to the wildfires. Officials are also sounding alarms on scammers looking to make money off the tragedy. Hawaiian actor Jason Momoa posted this warning to his social media followers.
There's been some people on Instagram pretending to be me, asking for money. Pure evil.
FEMA has opened recovery centers where those affected by the wildfires can apply for federal aid.
And with the resignation of Maui's emergency chief, the mayor says given the gravity of the crisis, he will name a successor as quickly as possible. Well, calls for recusal. Republican leadership wants the state's newest liberal justice to stay out of any cases about redistricting. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says if Janet Protasiewicz does not recuse herself, the legislature might consider impeachment. He cited her opinion during the campaign that the state's district maps are rigged. Vos said because of that statement, Protasiewicz can't be impartial. Democratic Minority Leader Senator Melissa Agard has accused Vos of weaponizing threats of impeachment. Conservative Justice Rebecca Bradley has echoed Vos's calls for recusal. 2 lawsuits have been filed by liberal law firms arguing the current district maps are unconstitutional because of how they're drawn. Transgender student athletes in Wisconsin could be banned from joining women's sports teams. That's the goal of reintroduced legislation by the GOP. The bills would create sex-based categories for high school and college sports teams. In the bills, a student athlete's sex is defined as the biological sex assigned to them at birth. Similar legislation was introduced in 2021, but it failed to pass before the end of the legislative session. Governor Tony Evers has promised to veto the bill. Every 2 hours in Wisconsin, someone is injured or killed by an impaired driver. So starting today, law enforcement agencies across the state are kicking off a safe driving campaign. Officers are collaborating on Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over. The goal is to keep impaired drivers off the road. Officials want you to have a plan when you're out. Buckle up and put the phone down. Eliminate all distractions. If you don't have a designated driver, there are rideshare options, and some bars now have safe ride programs to help patrons get home. The Minnesota Twins are paying tribute to the women who have played a crucial role in the team's success. Marielle Mose has more on the new mural at Target Field.
If you're taking in a Twins game, tucked behind the Summit Brewing deck,
Andrea Hayden, who's a strength and conditioning coach for us and the first female strength and conditioning coach in Major League history.
You can't miss this colorful mural.
Sarah Johnson is the one that I think I personally relate to the most. So she's a female official scorer, and she was the first female official scorer in Twins history.
Nina Zimmerman is a baseball fan turned Twins employee. She helped come up with the idea for this mural dedicated to all the women who have contributed to baseball in the Midwest, like Isla Borders, the first female pitcher to start and win a men's professional game, playing for the St. Paul Saints back in 1997. But this mural highlights more than just female athletes.
I'm honored to be part of the group.
Mary Giesler is currently the Senior Vice President General Counsel for the Twins. Mary's contribution to this mural is proof that women can be in baseball without being an athlete.
Hopefully, looking at that broad mural and all the various roles that women have played, some little girl will see themselves and go, I could do that too.
This part of the mural was inspired by real girls who participated in the first ever Twins baseball camp at Target Field. 6-year-old Winnie posed with them during a game on Wednesday. Even at her age, she understands gender equality.
It's not fair if boys just get to do baseball.
This mural also catches the attention of moms.
Really promising and exciting to see for myself, but also for future generations, including my own daughter.
What a lovely mural. If you would like to go see it in person, the Twins will be playing the Pittsburgh Pirates at home today, tomorrow, as well as Sunday. Now here's Derek to tell us what to expect for our morning commute. And Derek, is it great weather to take me out to the ball game.
Take you out to the ball game?
Take anyone out to the ball game.
Okay, so not just you specifically. It can be anybody.
I'm not a big baseball person, to be honest.
That's fair. I'm not really either. I have to go to the baseball game to be more entertained, because if I just sit and watch the TV on baseball,
I don't know if
I'd
even want to be
really?
there.
Oh,
I don't find it fun, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Have you tried it though, or are you just saying that?
I feel like I'm just saying that.
Okay, you have to at least go once, and then you might change your mind
they're so
on
long.
how you feel about it later. I know they are pretty long. Not as fun as a football game, I'll give you that.
That is true.
Right. We are looking at clear skies right now, and also a little cooler this morning. Temperatures into the 40s, Black River Falls and Sparta. We're seeing the 50s, though, across portions, or at least most of the viewing area here, too. Also want to mention that we do have air quality alerts that are in effect for Wisconsin. This is going until early next week on Monday through 6 a.m. there. And then this is in effect to 11 p.m. Friday for our Minnesota counties. So as we head into your forecast today, it'll be 84 degrees, which is relatively seasonable for this time of the year here in late August. Partly cloudy skies, winds out of the south 5 to 10. Heading into tonight, 64 degrees, partly cloudy skies, winds south 10 to 15 miles an hour. So for your mowing conditions this morning, 59 degrees by 8 o'clock. Looking sunny. Lots of sun continues through at least noon today. If you haven't had a chance to mow the lawn, I think today will be a nice day to do so. 5 o'clock, mostly sunny, 84 degrees. So you might want to go ahead and do it now before the weekend hits, because we got some very hot temperatures on the way. We'll talk more about that in the full weather forecast in just a bit.
Well, before we head to break, it's time for today's Look Who's 8.
That's right. We have Jameson, who is turning 8. Now he enjoys golf and recently got a hole-in-one at the country club where he plays every day.
Chris is 88. She loves making sketches, playing piano, and being a Gigi to her great-grandkids.
Well, if you know a special someone that's turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab. Coming up, we're about to talk to Executive Director of the Harry J. Olson Center about the upcoming Pie and Ice Cream Social. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Well, it sure is a bit of a foggy start this morning from City Cam 8 in downtown La Crosse. So if you're getting ready for that morning commute, make sure to use your low beam headlights and reduce the braking distance between you and the other driver in front of you. Some isolated locations looking at some of this fog here as well. I'm expecting it to clear out by late morning. In the meantime, it's 55 degrees currently in La Crosse. If you're in Eau Claire, temperatures are at 52 degrees, visibility being reduced a little bit to 6 miles. Some patchy fog in some spots up there as well. Wind speeds there are looking nice and calm. Clear sweep here on the satellite and radar picture. We're under the influence of a surface area of high pressure just off to the south, centered over Iowa, as a matter of fact, and you can see it's really producing some quiet skies right now across much of the Midwestern region. Here's a look at those current temperature readings. We're mainly into the 50s, but there's some spots into the 40s. Black River Falls, you're at 43. Sparta, you're currently at 41, the coldest spot there. Volkfield at 45. Winona's currently at 52. Viroqua, you're at 51 degrees. And as far as your day planner goes today, we got lots of sunshine in the forecast today. 75 and feeling comfortable at noon. 82 and partly cloudy by 4. 74 degrees with some clear skies as we head into early this evening. Definitely a picture perfect day for any outdoor activities, as these forecast highs today really don't get much better than this, into the low 80s across the board this afternoon. Also do want to mention that we have air quality alerts though in effect for Wisconsin and also portions of our Minnesota county. So if you're going to be out and about, make sure that you bear this in mind, especially those of you that do fall into that sensitive group category. Limit yourself outside, spend more time inside. If you're going to be outdoors for us, make sure to take those frequent breaks as necessary. Just a few passing clouds as we head into today, but other than that, conditions are looking quiet with that southerly wind flow that we're expecting at the surface throughout the day today. Mostly clear skies as we head into tonight, and we're going to continue that trend as we head into early tomorrow morning. I'm watching this cold front though back towards the west, and if you're thinking this front's going to really cool us down, I hate to tell you, but it's a very weak frontal boundary, so it's not going to really do much in terms of our temperatures. Just a few clouds here in the wake of that front though as we head into Sunday. Now as we take you into Sunday afternoon, just looking at a few passing clouds here across the area, but other than that, conditions remain quiet. However, it's going to be getting pretty hot around here. We are watching this upper level high pressure system building across the south central plains starting today. And what's going to happen is it's going to continue to gain in intensity and move its way towards the north. We're expecting this heat dome effect to really take shape here across the Midwest. But notice how it kind of moves towards the north and affects us a lot in the upper Midwest, giving way to some pretty hot temperatures across the Coulee region too as we head into this weekend and also into next week. In fact, it could be as warm as those mid to upper 90s by Tuesday and Wednesday.
Now we're here this morning with the executive director of the Harry J. Olson Center, Erin Goggin. Erin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having us.
Well, so the reason that you're here is to talk a little bit about the Pie and Ice Cream Social. Can you tell me how important is this event for an organization like Harry J?
Okay, well, Harry J. Olson is now totally self-funded, so we depend on memberships, fundraisers, donations. And so this is our 15th annual Pie and Ice Cream Social, and we've got a lot of very good homemade pie bakers at Harry J. Olson. So we're celebrating that with a Pie and Ice Cream Social on Sunday.
And how much is it to enter the event?
It's $5 for a slice and a scoop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Some of the flavors of the pies that we may come across
are your favorites: pumpkin, apple, cherry, pecan, some kind of crisp.
Okay.
Some lady was talking about a new recipe. So
Apple's my favorite.
Well, you'll be in good stead there.
I feel like this is the time to say that I'm not a big fan of pie.
Yeah.
Well,
see, I'm more of the ice cream social part of the Pie and Ice Cream Social.
Yeah, I will say that if I do have a certain pie, it has to be apple, but other than that, I'm with you on that.
Now,
you're a big part of the social part.
Yes.
So
now,
just want everyone to come.
you guys have had other events like the hot dog event and now the Pie and Ice Cream Social. You know, how many funds have you received from events like this, and why is it so important to have these for a place like Harry J?
We have these fundraisers periodically, and what we try to do is stay ahead of all of our expenses. We don't want to go into any debt. We don't want to accrue any problems, but we want to be ready as stuff pops up. So we really do depend on these fundraisers, and they bring in, you know, anywhere from a few hundred to, when we had our Made Right lunch, it was well over 1,000. So, and then our chicken queues are always very well attended.
And how is there other ways people can donate too?
Oh, absolutely. You can come to the center and donate, as people do, but then people hear general needs that we have, like we're lighting the dining room, and we've had an area electrician step up to help us with that. Different things that we're always looking for help and time, attention, and talent. So we're always open to anybody's ideas.
Now, what are some of the needs of the Harry J that this ice cream and pie social will cover? You know, what is this event funding explicitly?
The senior programming. We're trying to figure out ways to enhance bus trips for the seniors, different activities for the seniors. But it's time to take they've taken such good care of us that we want to take care back. So that's what we're trying to do, is to enhance their experiences at Harry J. Olson.
So when it comes to the event, is there good places to park? Is there a good place, or where would you recommend people to go to park?
Well, we do have a parking lot for easy access, and then North Street on Alaska Avenue, you can park all over the area, and we will find you and get you pie and ice cream.
All right, perfect.
All right, anything that you wanted to say that we forgot to ask about this entire event, and anything that you want our viewers and other seniors to know?
Well, the senior center is located on the north side, but it's for everybody, 55 and older, and so. But we have members from all over this region: West Salem, Onalaska, Holmen, points north in Minnesota. So we just want you to know that the center is there and ready to help you. The Pie and Ice Cream Social is from 11 till 2 on Sunday, and we just look forward to having people who maybe haven't been to Harry J yet to come and see what we're all about.
All right. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming, Erin.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. All right. Stay with us. We'll be right back. On your morning news now, the Jackson County Public Safety Answering Point received a call from a woman asking how to file a restraining order against her husband. She stated that he followed her, then got into her vehicle. Later, when she stopped at a gas station in the town of Millston, he then tried to take her phone and drove a short distance in her vehicle without her permission. She informed him she was headed to the sheriff's office to file a restraining order. The public safety answering point then received a 911 call from the Jackson County Courthouse reporting a female hiding in the bathroom from her husband. Deputies responded and encountered the male in camouflage clothes in an unauthorized area of the law enforcement center. He was taken into custody without incident and is being held in the Jackson County Jail. Every 2 hours in Wisconsin, someone is injured or killed by an impaired driver. So starting today, law enforcement agencies across the state are kicking off a safe driving campaign. Officers are collaborating on drive sober or get pulled over. The goal is to keep impaired drivers off the road. Officials want you to have a plan when you're out. Buckle up, put the phone down, eliminate distractions. If you don't have a designated driver, there are rideshare options, and some bars now have safe ride programs to help patrons get home. Students in Western's accounting program can now seamlessly transfer to Viterbo. Officials from both colleges have signed a formal transfer agreement. It allows Western students to transfer a maximum of 90 credits into Viterbo's Bachelor of Business Administration accounting degree. Students will then have to complete at least 30 credits of upper-level coursework at Viterbo before graduating. The agreement will take effect this fall. The 47th La Crosse Area Builders Association's Parade of Homes is underway. 12 different projects are on display this year. That includes new homes, remodels, and unique builds. The Parade of Homes allows builders to show off their local work. On the tour, you can expect to get inspiration for your next home project. Builders will also be in person and available to talk to. The Builders Association Executive Officer says the parade allows people to learn more about the work local builders are doing.
Hopefully they find confidence in the builder that they're going to use or the subcontractor that they're going to use on their next project.
You can vote for your favorite property at the end of the tour. Tickets to attend are $10. They're available for purchase at any of the homes in the parade. The Parade of Homes runs until Sunday. And don't let the name of this festival fool you. You don't need to be named Larry to enjoy Larry Fest. The 26th annual Bluegrass Music Festival kicked off in Lafarge. Local and national musicians take to the outdoor stages during the 3-day event. Attendees can bring their RVs or tents and camp out in the event area. Larry Fest operations manager says it's the people that makes the music festival special.
This is one of the happiest places on earth when Larry Fest is going on right now. We all come together. It's a great community.
If you don't have tickets yet, don't worry. There are still Saturday tickets up for grabs for $75. We'll have information on how to buy those tickets on our website, news8000.com.
And as you head out the door this morning, we're looking at a bit of a foggy start here in some spots, including the La Crosse area. Expect that fog to clear out by around mid-morning. But other than that, mostly sunny today with high temperatures into the 80s this afternoon. But a check now on your 8-day forecast is showing us that as we head into this weekend, it's going to be much hotter than that with highs in the low 90s. And this heat wave is going to continue as we head into much of next week. In fact, we could see highs into the mid to even upper 90s by Tuesday and Wednesday under a mix of clouds and sunshine with lows into the 60s and low 70s.
All right, it's the weekend and you know it's time for that question again. Any fun plans?
Any fun plans?
Any fun plans?
My go-to is just chilling.
Just chilling?
Yeah. And so that will be, every time you ask me that, that's what I'm going to go
No, the viewers want to know, I'm sure. Chilling.
It's the same thing every weekend, unless I'm going out of town or something.
Chilling is a nice little way to put at it, especially as we're getting into that heat wave.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I want to spend more time
indoors.
AC. Yeah.
See, I think I might soak up a little bit of the sun right before it starts to
But don't forget your sunscreen.
No,
as you say.
I will never ever forget sunscreen.
Yeah.
You shouldn't either. It's super important to be protective.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you for watching News 8 Now this morning. We'll see you back here at noon. Have a wonderful Friday.